that when you fast, the effects on your body and longevity, God wouldn't have put genes in your body that get turned on when you don't eat if there wasn't a reason to fast and fast on a regular basis. Everyone needs to fast. There's different levels of fasting and different time domains of fasting. But God designed you to fast. The question is, when are you going to do it? Hey, this is Dr. Barrett. Thanks for joining us on the Real Health Podcast. My passion is to help equip you with information that can change your life, the health of your life, and the health of your families. I'm a board-certified chiropractic physician with a passion and emphasis in nutrition and sleep and how to biohack the body to get to a greater level of health. Thanks for listening in to the Real Health Podcast.
Hey, before we jump into today's episode, do me a favor. If you like this episode and you like hearing from Dr. B, share it on your Facebook, share it on your Instagram. We're really trying to get this health movement out. So without further ado, let's get to today's episode.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Real Health Podcast with Dr. B. We took a week off. I'm completely blaming it on Dr. Barrett. That we missed a Friday. And
I was not the one at the beach.
Well, we communicated and we said here was the plan and it never worked out. So if you were out there and you were just like
People were fiending.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people I bet that they weren't even going to the gym or driving anymore because they couldn't listen to the Real Health Podcast with Dr. Barrett.
It was a situation that
we're not that important, but
yeah.
I think it's because
I was getting questions.
You were getting questions.
I was.
No, you weren't.
I was.
There you.
Yeah, people were missing it.
Well,
I said, don't worry, we'll be back. I'm just creating a little bit of demand / Lane was at the beach.
Supply and demand.
That's right.
I had to roll over and make sure that our camera is working because, guys, you got to go over to our Instagram and or our Facebook page because we're posting some show clips from those, and it's cool because they're actually getting shared. And I think one of the videos is actually, I think, up to 40 or 50,000 views, and some people are sharing it, and some amazing people are coming in and giving some content or some comments on the show, so thank you for that. Dr. Barrett, I know that you have been fiending to do another episode. The last one I think we did was mold toxicity.
Yep.
Yes, and then now we are going to do alternate day fasting. This is I've heard of this maybe a long time ago, but of course you're going to teach people and me, so I'm going to have some good questions for you.
Sounds great, man.
How do you want to define it? What do you want to talk? Actually, hold on a second.
Okay.
Let's do a Barrett biohack. We haven't done one of these in a while.
Okay.
And I feel like we are missing, and you're probably wrapping your head around right now. So what is a Barrett biohack for the summer? How about that? What's a summer biohack for maybe kids? Kids are now home from school. They're out. What's something that maybe the Duberts do at their home that, for their kids that are good?
Man, we built them a pool. Is that a biohack?
I was hoping you say
saltwater pool.
Okay.
So that gets all their energy out, keeps them out of the house and off the video games. It's an important season to be irrigating your sinuses. I'd say if that's a biohack that you need to be doing right now. On Sunday when I mowed my grass and trimmed my yard, dude, it blew me up. So I was doing like 2 neti pots rinses a day, and then I was doing a lot of like a colloidal silver nasal spray. And it resolved it really, really quickly. So I would tell you, hey, irrigate your sinuses, keep them clean, and it'll help tremendously with your allergies.
Fair enough. I could have used that this morning. I mowed, and I was outside, and my eyes were just so itchy and red.
Yeah. I get it right in the schnauzer.
Yes.
I get mine right in the nose.
And at those moments, you're just like, I feel like I'm about to die here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
that's the Barrett Biohack of the Week. Make sure you go and do that. I was hoping you would say, just tons of television during the summer.
And sugar.
And sugar.
Yep. And
Don't do that.
Sit inside the whole time.
Don't do that.
Opposite of that.
Alternate day fasting. Where do you want to start, and how do you want to end it? Like, how are we going to land it? Where are we going to start, and how do you want to end it?
So, I don't know. I don't know necessarily. I think we just kind of talk through it. The reason why I wanted to talk through this and bring it up is it's a great option for people who are stuck in like a weight loss resistance plateau, which means we can't lose weight. When you look at alternate day fasting, we'll define it. Okay. And then we'll talk about why it's successful and why it's different than caloric restriction, and then how to do it. So maybe that's the flow today. So alternate day fasting is you consume a normal nutrition. Let's just say your caloric intake is 2,500 calories a day. You eat 2,500 calories day 1. Day 2, you don't eat at all, or you maximum 500 calories for that day. Okay. Day 3, normal nutrition. Day 4, you go back to that fasting day of max 500 calories. And you keep rotating through that cycle. So in a way, it's kind of like an intermittent fast, especially if you are truly doing a 24-hour or 36-hour fast where that second day you aren't eating anything. It's just acaloric beverages like water and tea and black coffee. But that is what an alternate day, an ADF, alternate day fasting looks like.
Is that with your blood sugar levels? Is that not going? Are you not playing with the? I mean, are you getting into ketosis?
Oh, you'll get into a mild state for sure. You will. The reason behind it is that reason exactly. When we talk about weight loss resistance, what we're dealing with is at the core of that is hormonal resistance, insulin resistance. And when you have insulin resistance, a lot of times you have belly fat, central fat. Okay. And we specifically call that visceral fat, so fat that's around your organs. It's the worst type of fat. It's why your LDLs are high, your triglycerides are high, your inflammatory markers are high. And you don't have high cholesterol because you're eating cholesterol. That is a myth. When you eat cholesterol, it does not raise your cholesterol levels. Okay, it's the worst myth out there. You have high cholesterol, okay, because you're insulin resistant and you're metabolically resistant. So, alternate day fasting actually helps improve insulin sensitivity, which improves other hormone sensitivities like leptin, which is a hormone your brain sends or is able to receive signals from leptin to say, hey, I need to burn fat. I need to increase my metabolism. I'm full. Those kind of signals. So alternate day fasting is one of the best ways to reverse insulin sensitivity, to balance blood sugar levels, to reverse chronic disease, to burn visceral fat, to overcome weight loss resistance, and it's sustainable. It's a sustainable intermittent fasting program.
For how long? You say sustainable, but does someone need to go into an alternate day and say, I'm doing this for 2 weeks, doing this for...
Studies show that your weight loss resistance patient will lose. Most people say, hey, they'll just give me a number. And it's very common. For some reason, this number is very common. I want to lose 30 pounds. That's just what...
I wonder why.
I don't know. It's just a common number. So I hear that a lot. I want to lose 30 pounds. So most people with an alternate day fasting will lose 30 pounds in about 12 and a half weeks is what research shows, 12 and a half to 15 weeks.
Okay.
So you want to subscribe to that for as long as you want to, until you meet your health goal, really. So it could be 6-8 weeks, it could be 12 plus weeks. So whatever your health goal is, you're gonna do that alternate day fasting.
Okay.
Now it's very important to understand that most people will lose weight through caloric restriction. So The Biggest Loser was a perfect example, right? What happened when they were done with the show?
Did anyone even stay the same?
Oh, no.
No.
They actually weighed more than they did pre-show. So what happens is when you do caloric restriction, let's just say, Lane, you and I need about 3,000 calories a day for energy, okay?
Sure, I'm not eating that. I can tell you that.
Okay. So let's just say we consume 1,500, okay? Well, your metabolic set point changes. You will become adaptive to 1,500 calories. If you're eating 1,500, if you need 1,500 calories and you're eating 800 calories, 600 calories a day, your metabolic set point changes. So you will naturally go down to where your metabolism is used to 600, 700, 800 calories. And then when you add all that food back in, your metabolic set point is so low that when you add in and you're eating 1,000 calories, then what happens is you gain a ton of weight. It's a 400 calorie surplus if you're used to 600 calories, if that's your new metabolic set point.
How long does it take to get back to what you should be doing?
Well, here's what's cool. Alternate day fasting breaks through that effect. So if you're eating 2,000 calories day one, you're eating 500 calories day two, your average should be 1,250 calories. That should be your new set point between 2 days. It's not. It's 2,000 calories. So what it allows you to do is not decline or decrease your metabolic set point. It allows it to stay where it should be so that when you return to a normal feeding of 2,000 calories a day every day, you don't gain weight. You don't gain that weight back. Does that make sense?
It does.
You're able to lose weight, but then once your metabolism or once your body is to that more ideal weight, whatever that number is,
correct,
and you just continue now from an alternate day fasting, maybe you're doing an intermittent fasting, but you're at that 1,800 to 2,200 calorie per day window, you're not going to gain all that weight back.
Okay, so let me ask you this scenario, and I just thought about this, and kind of, I go, and I know some people probably go through seasons. I made a comment just a minute ago that undereating. I just undereat. Sometimes I just maybe forget to eat. If you are in that boat and you're listening to this, and you know that maybe you need 2,000 calories, but your metabolic rate, you're only eating, let's say, 1,000 calories. Instead of jumping it right back up to 2,000, now we know from what the studies have shown that you may, even though that's what 2,000 is what you should be getting,
right,
to get back there, you may be put on some weight. So to get back to that threshold, can you do alternate day fasting? Is that a remedy for that? Does that make sense?
So you would, yeah. So probably not. To increase weight, you probably wouldn't do alternate day fasting.
No, not increasing weight. I'm talking increasing how many calories.
So, okay, so if you were to...
If I want to get back to 3,000,
yep,
but also realize that I may gain some weight in that.
Okay.
How can I? Is that a stair-stepper way?
And you're eating about 1,200 calories a day.
Correct.
The best way to then get back to that metabolic set point is slowly adding calories back in.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just need to stair-step your way back up to a healthy metabolism.
Okay.
But if you already have a metabolism that's already functioning at a higher threshold, you don't want to like yo-yo. You don't want to go all the way down, 50%. And then stay at that way for 3 months, because as soon as you add just a little bit more, you'll just blow up, correct, right? You'll add that back in. So that's where alternate day fasting comes in, because it keeps your metabolic set point at that current caloric intake, but you lose weight. And really for healthy people, if they want to lose weight, now we're going off the side real quick because we're addressing your point. You can actually be acaloric, or you can actually be in a caloric decline. Have less calories than what you should be consuming. But if your protein is 1.0 to 1.2 grams per pound of lean mass, you won't lose lean mass. You won't lose muscle.
Okay.
So that's why carnivore can get you kind of shredded, because you're eating a couple 100 grams of protein, although you're in a caloric deficit.
Yeah.
You're still able to actually, in that situation, you'll burn fat and keep your lean mass.
Okay.
But it's not a great long-term option because it's going to lead to nutritional deficiencies. And so we don't want to be carnivore for life. We can do it for a short period of time.
I know some people that are carnivore for life.
Carnivore for life. Yeah. So like vegan, vegetarian, carnivore, whatever. When you go to those extremes, you have to understand where your nutritional deficiencies are in that plan, and then support it properly.
Okay, so with alternate day fasting, let's kind of come back here for a second. So with alternate day fasting, I know some of these questions may be good at the end, but I think maybe just laying the groundwork right now. You said you eat one day and then the next 24 hours? I mean, is that you wake up in the morning and you start eating and you need to stop by a certain time? Like, how do people break this down?
Well, the day one, you eat preferably 3 meals a day that are cleaner meals. You're not eating processed foods. You're not eating.
You still need to feed your body properly.
You still need to feed your body properly. Day two, you have one of two options. One, you fast all day. You just don't eat a thing all day. Or two, you eat 500 calories, and it doesn't matter how you do it. You can do 2 couple hundred calorie meals. You can do 1 500-calorie meal at the end of the day, but as long as you stay below 500 calories, you're technically within that alternate day fasting model.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter how you do it and the way you do it, it's the total quantity of calories. Now, my suggestion would be protein-based calories because they're satiating, they're filling, they break hunger pains, they help your body keep lean mass. They break down to amino acids for brain function, so you have good, healthy neurological function, and you stabilize blood sugar levels with those amino acids.
Does the calories matter per person? I mean, am I going to be doing the same amount of calories as my wife would be doing?
500 calories or less on the day of fasting, or
both days?
Yeah, it matters.
Okay.
So it does matter. So you don't want to. If you were just kind of keeping it simple, what you average on a daily basis, you continue.
Okay.
So you kind of get a feel for how you eat on a daily basis. Okay. So continue eating that style for those days of feeding, and the days of fasting, it's either full fast or 500 calories or less.
Got it. Okay. Who is this for? Who is this not for?
It's really for your weight loss resistant patient.
Okay.
So those that aren't losing weight, we need to reverse hormonal resistance, and the best way to do that is through fasting. That's the only way to reverse insulin resistance and leptin resistance, which is at the core of weight loss resistance.
Okay.
So it's really for that patient. It's for the other clients, for the potential like type 2 diabetic. I wouldn't necessarily jump into this, work with a practitioner because your insulin levels are going to fluctuate and your glucose levels are going to fluctuate. But it's for the type 2 diabetic. It's for the person with chronic heart disease. It's for the person with chronic inflammation. Because when you're in that fasting window, especially in that alternate day fast, and you're acaloric, you're not consuming any calories, it is a great time that your body is burning fat, creating balance within your blood sugar levels, decreasing inflammation, and kind of initiating that autophagy system that we've talked about, which is the cleanup system of the body.
Is alternate day fasting, do you feel like, a simpler way to ease into fasting?
It helps train you to pretty much be continually doing single day fasts. Mm-hmm. And so what you're able to kind of get out of this is, one, it's a great strategy for weight loss resistance. Two, it is training you for extended fasts so that when you are ready to do a 3-day, it's definitely more manageable. Your blood sugars are in a much better position. You have kind of worked through the difference between I need to eat versus I want to eat. Mm-hmm. That's a massive difference. Mm-hmm. People assume that when they want to eat, they need to eat, but it's not true. Mm-hmm. Just because you have hunger pains doesn't mean you need to eat. You want to eat. So it's helping break through that cycle as well.
When you have hunger pains during a water fast, you go into a whole nother level in your mind. Mm. And if you have not listened to some of the water fasting episodes with Dr. B, make sure that you do. You can go scroll back on Apple or Spotify. There's amazing episodes that we've done with water fasting. You can just – there's so many benefits, and I wholeheartedly believe in it. Mm-hmm. So, but alternate day fasting, what's important that you want to make sure that the listeners listening to this right now, if they're thinking about, going home and telling their spouse, hey, I listened to an episode today, I want to try alternate day fasting, what are some things that, just the highlights that you want to share with the listener?
It is I would call it a type of intermittent fast.
Okay.
It is option 1. We'll talk about some other options here in the next couple of weeks. We'll talk about intermittent fasting, like a 16-8.
Okay. We'll
talk about a 5-2. We'll talk about what that is. And then we'll talk about 1 meal a day, which in the grand scheme of things, alternate day fasting, ADF, and OMAD, 1 meal a day, are superior to every intermittent fasting technique. Those are the two kings. And even OMAD is probably a little bit more superior than alternate day fasting. Okay. So it is one option. It may not be your best option. So assess what you're about to get into. Understand that alternate day fasting is a wonderful way to break through weight loss resistance, reverse chronic disease, and give you an option where you are in a caloric deficit, but yet not ruining your metabolic set point, ruining your metabolism, so that when you return to normal feeding, you don't just gain all that weight back.
Yeah. Well, so I know I'm going to make a statement, and I've heard you say it before, and going through fasting and doing it myself, but understanding that there are some people that don't need to fast because we're not giving any medical advice here, but our bodies are made to fast. Our bodies are meant to do what we're talking about, and the benefits of it. I mean, I don't know. There's so many benefits from it as the way I can feel coming off of a fast, and it's like there's no medication. I wasn't killing myself at the gym. I wasn't spending thousands of dollars on all organic.
Yeah.
Eat as healthy as I can, but just don't eat. Your body's meant to heal itself.
Yeah, it's true, man. If you were only able to look under a microscope, what is actually happening? That when you fast, the effects on your body and longevity, God wouldn't have put genes in your body that get turned on when you don't eat if there wasn't a reason to fast and fast on a regular basis. Everyone needs to fast. There's different levels of fasting and different time domains of fasting. But God designed you to fast. The question is, when are you going to do it? Right?
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
No, I mean that. If you're not ready to fast, I will tell you guys a funny story. First, when Bear and I met each other, I don't know when it was, but I remember he was going into a 7-day fast. Usually a 7 or a 5-day fast, and this was way before we even did the podcast. This was back probably 8-9 years ago, and I just remember going home and I'm being like, this guy's an idiot. Like, what is he talking about? I'm like, I'm not going to fast for 7 days. And look at us now. We're talking about fasting.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So, and I love it. So everyone should practice it.
Yes, this is a good intermittent fasting option or feed fasting option, and we'll talk about some other ones in future episodes.
Amazing. Dr. Barrett, thanks for this. And again, guys, I am sorry that we took 2 weeks off. I spent some time with the family, and Dr. Barrett was so gracious. He was like, "Yeah, we'll just take a couple weeks off, and we're going to pick it back up. We're not going to miss any more weeks. We're going to be here for you guys. If you have questions, DM us on Instagram and/or Facebook, or if you have any questions that you just want to call in, you can ask the wonderful people at the Health Factory or Armor in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we can make sure that we answer it for you. Dr. B,
see you, bro.
You getting ready to go adjust some? Actually, my family's coming in, so
awesome, dude.
You get to adjust us.
Let's go, man.
And then we get to do Murph on Monday.
Murph Monday.
Although
we've been doing Murph for the last 4 Mondays, but yes, this will be the actual Memorial Day Murph Monday.
That will be. Guys, thanks so much for listening to the Real Health Podcast with Dr. B. Comment, like, share the show. We love you guys. Before you hit X, hold on 1 second. Hey, thanks so much for listening to the podcast today with Dr. B. 2 things that would really help the Real Health Podcast movement. 1, share it on your social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, wherever you're on a social network. And 2, if you go to Apple Podcast and you scroll down, give us a 5-star rating and give us a review. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll see you next episode.